Okay, I've started recording officially. Sorry to anyone who watches the VOD and is like, I already have started ranting. But you get this cool, you get to start with the Jet Set Radio. You get to skip over whatever else you guys were listening to. Um, and I'm immediately going to have to cut off the Jet Set Radio. It's gonna start over. Let's see. Oh no, it continues. Okay, cool. Way cool. Alright, so I need to I need to explain myself a little bit before we start here. So as you may know, I am in my last year of college. We're at the point where, like, essentially my main, well, basically both of my illustration classes are like, great, we're aimed solely at building your portfolio at this point. Like, only do things for your portfolio that benefit your portfolio, only do work that will go in the portfolio, like, put your whole heart and soul and just everything into doing your best work that will go in a portfolio and, like, hone your style. It's funny because one of my classes is labeled as experimental illustration, but we're being, like, discouraged from experimenting now, because it's like, you need to pick a style and stick with it, because this is what will represent you in your portfolio, and you need consistency with that style, because that is what like, commissioners will look for, is they want to hire you for that style. And that's cool and fun and great. Except recently, like the other day, we had a meeting with, like, our main illustrator professor, and just kind of looking at, like, stuff of, like, I put together a Google Drive of, like, oh, like, these are things that I would put in my portfolio, and we kind of go through and, like, narrow down and, like, what do we need to focus on, what do we need to put in there, what do we need to cut. And in a shocking turn of events, I do not, this was really a slap in the face to me, it occurred to me that I do not have, like, any character design or comic stuff or anything to really show off. I was totally, like, fine in the, like, commercial department. Like, I had a lot of, like, poster stuff and packaging stuff that was, like, great commercial illustration to show off. But then I'm like, he's like, okay, so what about, like, the other, like, quote-unquote style or whatever. And I was like, oh, I want to do, like, comic stuff and character design stuff. And I just did not have anything to show. I just didn't, like, I do a lot of sketches and I do a lot of talking and I do a lot of planning, but I just don't sit down and, like, make, like, actually detailed and, like, presentable stuff. Like, the references that I did for, like, a bunch of my friends and stuff not too long ago, like, those are, like, rough. And those are not, like, actual, like, good detailed, not detailed, but, like, fleshed out reference sheets. I just made them in a format that is easy for me to pull from as a reference and to color pick from. So I'm a little bit cooked. So now that that's out of the way, yeah, so I need to start doing more character stuff and character designs. So I don't know how much of this stream we're actually going to be, oh good, I still have Pinterest stuff. How much you're actually gonna see me, like, drawing stuff. And more so just me looking at references on the side that you can't see. Okay. I'm, like, looking at the delay and stuff. And it's actually, it's really good. Like, it's a little bit choppier from your perspective. Also, I can't stress. Okay. I'm not gonna shut up, but I'm gonna, like, start, like, working on stuff. Before I complain about my computer, let me, like, I need to drink water. It's just like already occurring to me. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like already like my throat's getting dry. It's very interesting. Can you see my? Oh yeah, you can see my cursor. But I get down to designing the best character. Well, and you know what's so funny is okay, so Misty, you were when you came over recently, you were like, "Oh, how has the Sonder changed?" You can see the title of it up here. Sonder is now called Pearls of Gaia. The self-insert that was literally just me is now this. So on one hand, I'm like, oh my god, how do I not have any character stuff? But on the other hand, this is very recent. Like, I went a very long time without even touching Sonder because I was so just like dissatisfied with it, and it felt like it was going nowhere, and it just, or a lot of things felt very cliched or whatever. I just spent so much time like so dissatisfied from it, and it felt like such a thing of my past that I should just kind of leave there. But part of me couldn't let it go. So now here I am, and I'm like, we're just gonna go crazy with this. So I've been really like looking at like a lot of self-reflection and just like, okay, how do I want to keep the essence and the themes of the story, especially like even when it was still considered Sonder, like it went through massive changes. Even like when I had that Fear and Hunger phase, like Fear and Hunger was a big inspiration for me making like massive changes and stuff, and I wanted to go more a like horror kind of, not actual horror, but more of like the psychological or like body horror aspect with it to a certain degree. Not like a massive like tonal shift or anything. But I'm like, I need to make massive changes, starting with cutting out pretty much every character and just breaking them down to base elements and then making new characters. So long story short, I enjoy science. I enjoy marine biology. I think it's very interesting. I don't know why I have yet to follow that girl on Instagram that talks about marine biology, or the trans girl that takes care of a bunch of jellyfish. Love both of them so much. I don't know why I don't follow either of them. I just don't use Instagram very often. So we made a hard pivot recently, and this is part of the like when I was posting all those jellyfish designs. Of like, it's gonna be 8:44. I've been talking for God knows how long. What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Anyway, but I'm something that I've been doing is like, I want it to reflect more of like my interests, like removing the self-insert stuff, but more focusing of like, this is gonna be a manifestation of like my interests and the things that I'm super passionate about. And I like marine biology. I think it's very cool. It's just I've never been good at science, so that wasn't something I pursued as a career. So we're manifesting that by making all of our creatures, all of our characters, based on marine life. So this is a sea dragon slug that this one's based off of. So this is our main character. They are in the nude, but it's fine. I just haven't put clothes yet. So this is what I was doing right now, is I was trying to figure out clothes for them. Because they are, without spending 5 million years talking about the lore, and you will actually see, I have it ready. I have a post ready, well, not a post ready, but I have artwork ready for Sunday, of another character from Pearls of Gaia, which I think I posted like a little sneak peek when she was still in the early stages for that artwork, because that was for my digital illustration class. Pull up Pinterest again. So you'll get to see a design for Gaia. I don't know if it'll be her final design, but it is a design for Gaia, which will be very cool and fun, because she was one that I had a major like issue with, where it's like she is instrumental to this plot and we need to keep her and we can't get rid of her, but also I can't get away with literally just white diamond but colored a little different, like, you know, like. So I mean, that is still essentially her character, kind of, but also like way different in like her lore and like what she is and stuff. And I'm just still kind of figuring out more stuff about where I want her character to end up, because I have a few different options. I saw a Karobi hat. There's just such cute things on Pinterest. I'm just looking through just like random recommended stuff on Pinterest. Let's see. This is gonna be most of the stream. You mean you haven't tried? I don't remember what I just said, so I don't know what you're referring to. I've already forgotten what I just said. I haven't tried what? Getting just like random like recommendations from Pinterest for like clothing stuff is like such a mixed bag. Like, here's a TikTok with like an alien that's not related to anything that's going on. Because the thing that I want for this character is like she's making a white diamond design that's totally not white diamond. I mean, like, because the original design for Gaia was like, where I'm like, it's not white diamond, but like it was essentially white diamond. Like, it was so close to the original to where I'm like, you can't get away with this. It just would not be okay, even if their characters are very different. So now the new one is like actually like she's like an actual robot, whereas like the original design for her was also like it was so like the whole story was so Steven Universe inspired. It was like originally it was like, oh, all of them are like. It doesn't function the same where it's like, you know, gems are like, oh, we're made out of light, but our real form is this gem. Well, my original thing was cowboy. I think originally it was like that, and then I changed it to where they all had like a physical form that was like small and compact, but then you inject a soul into it and it like that forces it to like expand and take more of like a form representative of what the soul is or how it sees itself. And then I progressively changed that more and more and more to be more like sci-fi, more like robots, where it's like you inject you pre-build the actual body first, so a lot of the time it was like robots or something, and you inject the soul into it, like Ghost in the Shell kind of situation. But then I just like I had like a whole like gem society like that, and eventually I just kind of had to look at everything and I'm like, there's just too many characters and too many things going on to where it's like I have this whole world that we don't fully explore, and then this whole like regular human world that just is kind of ignored and used as like a set piece occasionally. Where it's like we're not grounded in anything, we're not exploring anything. So I wanted to focus more on the actual world. Oh, that's a cool Sonic jacket! I'm sorry, I just... Hold on. You might see the screen darken. Can I show the... Hold on. Wait. Let me see. No, I want that over here. I have to say the original thing that I was gonna say earlier is that, oh my god, I love having a laptop that has an HDMI port because oh my god. Despite my issues, see, can I just drag and drop it in here? Oh, let's go. Look at it. I just saw this on Pinterest and I'm like, wait. I'm in such a Sonic era right now, but I have ideas for things that I cannot. Look at the little Robotnik in there. I have ideas for things that I just cannot feasibly do right now. And I kind of want to just keep it a secret for now. Because when it does come out, I kind of want to be like cheeky and sneaky about it. Okay, but anyways, what is that? Like, it looks so good. I would wear it. Oh my god. See, like, Pinterest gives me a lot of, like, just aesthetic whatever that does not appeal to me, but then sometimes it gives me really good stuff. Anyway. Okay, so that didn't really help me at all. So I think I'm just gonna kind of go with what I have. Can I... Oh, there we go. Oh, also, fun fact, this pen has had a recent issue where occasionally it'll just kind of stop working and will not turn back on. Like, it stop working like mid-stroke, pen to the screen, and it just stops. And will not continue to work again until I reboot my laptop. And that really sucks, especially if I'm trying to stream. That's kind of my fear right now, is that could happen at any moment and I'll just be kind of boned. So if we need to turn off stream at some point, that will be why. Let me see. But if we have to do that and I upload the VOD on YouTube, like I'll stitch them together. I'll put them together. Okay. See, I was gonna keep it on the larger model, but I'm like, oh, I shouldn't do that because I want to be able to color compare. Okay, so here's the issue. Also, I ran a poll on them of like, oh, which design did people prefer? Or both Twitter and Instagram were both leading with this one for a while, and then just recently, like after I already set this up, Instagram actually flipped and picked the other design, and I'm like, well, that's oh well. Let me see. Oh, I need to swap to my other pen. I'm just looking at this, there are... I want them to be like a scientist, but not... Like, I want them to have casual clothes too, so I think I'll just have to make a few different outfits. I feel like no matter what, I want them to have like some kind of... Okay. I'm trying to like figure out how I'm gonna say this. So all of the characters in this silly little made up Earth or whatever, like they... Oh, I didn't realize. I forgot that would do that. Like they're all aquatic creatures. They all live near like the ocean. And I think like maybe I'll just make this like super dark blue. So I want them to all have some kind of like, essentially like always be wearing some kind of like swimwear or swimwear adjacent type of clothing that is good for swimming. But also it needs to kind of be naturally made, question mark. Like their society is not at the point where like we're I don't know why I started to pull out the HDMI cord. I just need to pull out the charger. Like they're not as like industrialized as like we are or whatever. They have not had their industrial revolution yet. At least I don't think so. Like I don't think that's the way I want to go with it. So I want a lot of their clothing, or a lot of their attire and the fashion and everything, to be very like naturally made. So I think of like, oh, cotton or something. Or I think I was looking at silk. Oh, I think I was literally looking up like, look up professional swimmer. Yeah, but like, that's the thing is like, what's that made out of? Like, I looked up professional swimmer, it gave me Katie Ledecky on Wikipedia. Images. Come on. It's a lot of shirtless dudes. Okay. Cause yeah, like, they're all wearing like swimsuits, but like, what's that swimsuit made out of? Cause I'm thinking like, okay, cotton and silk, or like natural thing. I'm thinking maybe like some kind of plant-based material, maybe? I don't know. But also part of me is kind of like, just don't worry about like how realistic this is, given that these are like fish people living on land. See, I don't like the colors. I don't like the colors of the, you can't see my cursor. I don't like the colors of the jacket. I feel like, I don't know, I want to go with like a dark color. Just a very simple, like, form-fitting, kind of like spandex type, like bodysuit for them. I don't know why I keep defaulting to her. But then like as a like scientist or whatever, like they should have some kind of like coat as well. So then I think I need to just think of like additional like a casual outfit. Okay. Made from, oh, no. There we go. Jewelry made from shells. Here we go. So I feel like they would use a lot of like shells and, well, pearls would be, would pearls be a sacred thing? They would actually. Pearls would not be used in their fashion. They would be more of like a religious symbol. But like shells are very common. Even though they are like large aquatic creatures, they do still eat aquatic creatures. Like they do, like fishing is a main source of protein for them. Let's see, okay, so jewelry made from shells, and what was the other? Also, the other thing is that you find out later in the story that like, oh, this earth is like the same one that humans lived on, but then they all died out. However, something that didn't die out, the massive amount of like microplastics. So a lot of their fashion would be like made from plastics and stuff, like stuff that just has not biodegraded over the many years, even though humanity is gone. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting jewelry made out of like plastics and stuff. Also, I haven't even I've just been sitting here this whole time with my earbuds in and just not listening to anything. I feel like once I do, I'm gonna get distracted by it. I have too many things that are distracting me currently. Let's see. Oh, I have some Jet Set Radio. I have a playlist that I just kind of mark as like my whatever, but I hesitate to put it on there because I feel like some of the stuff on there just does not match the vibe of the new stuff that I'm putting on there. Which the new stuff is like, I discovered fentanyl recently from a Twitter post that was like, man, everybody's hating on them just because they're trans and make interesting music. And that sucks. And I'm like, what do you... I don't know what's going on, but I just looked them up on Spotify and I'm like, oh, I think I like breakcore now. This actually kind of slaps. Okay. I'm braining right now. I have not done a single thing. See, I want to have some kind. I'm debating on having like some kind of like jewelry for them up here. Oops. Yeah, I should probably like if this is gonna be a lab coat, like let's be for real here. Whoops. That's fine, we'll fix it later. There we go, just so I have like the approximation of it. Cool, fun. Let's see. So we'll group those two so that I can move them more easily. Cause like, okay, there's that one. That's another reason I like have it set up like this, is so that I can just kind of drag and drop different outfits for them. Also, the fact that this is only the first character, and I have some that are like more like ambiguous, and I don't know what to do with them. So those will be fun. But this is the one that like I've kind of already like, I already knew the design because when I was doing all those jellyfish designs, like they were originally going to be a jellyfish, because I wanted to pick something that I really like, and I love jellyfish. Let's see. So yeah, no matter what, let's group that one. Let's also beat this one, and we'll switch back to this brush. But I just couldn't find like a jellyfish that I really like, because there was a certain way that I'm like, oh, jellyfish should be like set up this way. But I just couldn't get any of them to really like click for me as like, oh, this is my main character. Is this giving me stuff outside? It is. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's not cool. I'm just not gonna shuffle. I'm just gonna keep it like that. Anyways. But then I remember seeing like, I think I just looked up like interesting sea creatures, and this one showed up. I'm like, wait! I remember seeing this thing! And I thought it was really cool. And I'm like, screw it, let's just make a... So I gave them like huge Lugia hands, and also 6 fingers. Because why not? Just for the sake of it. I'm like, let's just add like interesting things for this character to have. So yeah, I want them to have like just like a bodysuit that's like good for swimming. Let's see. Yeah, it came in. They're the real authors of the journal. Like halfway through the story, they're gonna be like, I need to start keeping a journal. Okay, alright. So we'll do that one. And then slip that under there so that I can just kind of fill in the colors there in the third brush. Those are like the two brushes that I use now, honestly. Is like this one I always just use for coloring, and then I made this other brush when I got this laptop just because I'd been wanting to make a brush. It's interesting how different the colors come out. Because the current setup is that I have my laptop here that I'm drawing off of, and then it's connected to the monitor that I use for my computer through like HDMI cable. So I have my like OBS stuff, and I can see chat and stuff on the second monitor while I draw over here on the first one. It's just interesting looking at the difference between them, because your screen, like that, the dark blue there on like the hands and stuff, super dark and saturated, super saturated. Whereas mine is a good bit paler, and the medium blue there is more of a cyan, closer to a cyan for you, and the bodysuit is more of a pale grayish blue, whereas mine is more saturated. So it's like very hard to know, like very hard to compare, because it's like, okay, that one is more saturated for certain colors, but this one's more saturated for other colors. It's very interesting. Anyways, RIP to me trying to get... Sounds like a monitor issue. It's, well, that was the thing why I was like having, it was like a week or so. I was like just full on having a meltdown during the summer. Because it was past the point where I could return this laptop. And it occurred to me, I was like posting all those pictures of my reference sheet for Pixel, and it like hit me looking at it on this laptop, like for the first time. I'm like, this is not right, this looks off. So I pull up on my phone and I could see like a massive difference. So it's just very, like, from the get-go, like, I had issues with this laptop, and, like, the colors were super desaturated and washed out. So eventually I did find AMD, there's, like, an actual app for it, and it's supposed to be for, like, to, adjust your graphics or your monitor for, like, gaming or whatever, but I'm like, no. No, we need to make this more accurate colors. I don't care about gaming. I don't game on this thing. I just need the colors to come out good, please. So I got it relatively close to how the Surface is. I think it's just this monitor is a good bit, like, again, it's kind of hard to say more saturated because the bodysuit is less saturated compared to the laptop. Yeah, so here's the thing. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do here? Oh, let me... Let's see, because what was some of the... So yeah, maybe I just need to adjust the colors on, like, that monitor. Because I don't know if my dad ever adjusted them. I don't think he ever did, because he used it previously for work. Let's see. Because here's some, like, nice, like, is a very like bright, vibrant kind of green. Like it looks like seaweed, or there's this bright like cyan tealish color. A lot of the like jewelry here that's like, oh, reusing plastic and stuff, it's like very thin. Like it looks like sea glass, but like thinner. Oh yeah, that would be another thing, is they would have like a lot of sea glass for jewelry and stuff. I just don't know. I think it would be, I mean, really, I need to experiment with just like more character designs in general to kind of flesh out like what their fashion and like culture and stuff would be. But I think they would definitely like, let's see where, just do like little piercings and stuff, just as like a way of like expression and stuff. I don't think we'll keep that, but it would be more like on the ends of the. Oh, I love this song. It's so cool. What song are you guys on? Let me keep losing my. Let's see, when to capture. Oh, you're on Dialga's fight. Let's go. It's so funny. I originally wanted to have like a Originally, I was like, oh, I want this playlist to have, yeah, like it would be for aesthetic, just like we do like tattoos and piercings and stuff for aesthetic, and just like the look of it and the expression and stuff. Let's see. I kind of liked. I originally just had like stuff that just like wrapped around the not ears. They're not ears. They're kind of like tentacles in a way. Let's see, I don't know if it would be. I guess it would be more up here that it'd be better to have. What that would be, I don't know. Let's see. But just something kind of like, not putting her hair in a braid, but like putting stuff in your braids. Stuff like that. Or just like big old like hoop earrings, but instead of wearing them like as hoops, kind of put it like around the flesh, I guess. I don't know. Because I'm like, it's not like tentacles, but it's just kind of like little fins. Oh, I like this one. I told you I was gonna get distracted by my music. That one's interesting. So it's just taking like plastic packaging and stuff and then just like repurposing it. So like I would just do like plastic bottles. I would do some plastic bottles. See, like just looking at like generic plastic bottles, like they come in a lot of different colors. Like it's mostly blue, clear, and like green. Imagine showing up to like the high end, like establishment, like going out on date night or whatever, rocking the Mountain Dew outfit. So there's like a Dawn bottle. There's, oh yeah, shampoo bottles. That's a thick plastic. Shampoo bottles are like thick plastic. There's a boat made out of Gatorade bottles. See, I wonder. Let me see. Oh, I think I have it. I do. Whoops. I'm like, oh, I accidentally set it to where my fill-in brush is. is the eraser. Like if I hold it, it pulls up the eraser, but I accidentally just put it on the other brush. Okay, so let's do... What if we do like this mint kind of color, a little bit more of that one. More of this like seafoam color, and then just kind of like, ooh, I already don't like the contrast. I don't like that contrast, actually. I think that's pretty bad. Also, I always bring this up in class, and I feel like I'm kind of annoying about it, but please, for the love of God, I encourage all, like, designer, illustrator people, whatever, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but when you're drawing stuff, you're picking out colors or whatever, for the love of God, go to your accessibility settings, and go to color filters, and just test your colors. It's gonna be kind of misleading, because it's like, oh, here this looks more pronounced compared to that one, whereas in color they like match up a lot more. But there are a lot of times where like I'll be working on something in color picking and be like, this looks pretty good, and then I switch to black and white, just it like immediately is like, oh, these are like the same color. So, and I mean, like, it's always important to like make the judgment yourself, like don't entirely rely on it, but it is very important to check your colors, more so for like just an accessibility feature of like just making sure that your work is accessible to people with color blindness. Let's see, let's put more of a darker teal. So we'll try that. And then I'll at least lay the colors down here, and then I can like just lock it and then make the changes afterwards. I think, I don't know. I don't like it. Let's be real here, I don't like it. Let me, here. It's like, if I make him like see-through or whatever, yeah, I don't like it. That's okay. I have to be okay with not making any legitimate progress, because technically I am making progress because I'm weeding out the stuff that I don't like. Grayscale and testing for values in design is something I frequently do. It's like, I tend to bring it up in class a lot, because like people will be asking for feedback and I'll be like, have you color tested? Have you color tested? Like, test your values, make sure it is accessible and that it like works, because it's a good way to check for contrast. Let's see, okay. Back to the drawing board. Back at it again. Okay. Oh, bottle caps. Bottle caps would be good for like little earrings and stuff. See, I don't feel like they would have little earrings. So just the way that like their equivalent of hair kind of comes down, like I think it needs to be something that like clamps on. Let's see. See, and I was thinking like let's do more of a blue, where it's like, you know, just like the bottle, like the part that you drink out of in the bottle, and then it like comes out, and then like that, and then that's like, you know, but I don't think I like that. So we're getting rid of it. The video that taught me the importance of values in design was shitty on Butch Hartman, because he did have terrible use of values and visual hierarchy. That's what kills me. about like his new work. I don't follow someone on Twitter, but I just like, because I'll just like their posts sometimes, or because they tend to talk about like Thomas Sanders related stuff and Sanders size related stuff, and I'm into that, unfortunately. What is a yellow bottle? No, I think I would want to. I don't think no bottles for that. I feel like it should just be like shell or something. I don't know. But I know it was way like earlier on in the series, but he did a video. Thomas Sanders did a video where it was like, oh, Sandersides, but like if it was a cartoon, and he had Butch Hartman do it. And he got like a signed poster that was like a drawing of all the sides. And you just looking at it, like it is the like very rough to look at. With like just the yellow radiant background with like the blue and stuff. It is a product of its time. Okay. Why is that neck so long? I think it's a mannequin, but it's very off-putting. Like, how many of these are like AI images? Oh, there's a brick made of shells. I don't think they would use that for their homes, I'll be honest. I think it's just a lot of like mud and regular brick and stuff, and you know. See, most of this drawing stream is just not gonna be drawing, like I'm just more at the phase where I don't know what I'm doing yet. Terrible line art, and I don't know what he's thinking when he uses those colored backgrounds that either clash in a bad way or blend in too much with other values. It's very saturated too, like at least from what I remember, from the one that comes to mind. But the thing is, like, all of his colors are saturated, so everything feels very like a visual assault on the eyes. There's not like nuance to it. It becomes very hard to look at, and it's unfortunate because, like, you know, you always want like artists to improve and like stuff like that, but I feel like he's been very like stagnant and just not like improving or anything. And also, like, I hate saying it, but also just like doing a color background with like just a gradient, especially just a gradient, like just don't do it. I don't know, like you have to be careful with it if you're doing that. Like, so they tell you in graphic design classes and stuff, like, gradients look amateur. Do not use gradients. They're like, if you use a gradient, I'll kill you. So it's like, I think gradients can be very cool. Like, I know someone in class that uses gradients and she does them beautifully. But when you just slap one in the middle in the background of like two very equally saturated colors, like it's hard to look at and it doesn't add anything. You have to use them carefully and like with intention instead of just throwing it in there. Anyway, yeah, I don't, like, I feel like their design, because I'm going to be drawing them a lot, I feel like their design should just be very, like, oh, that was the other thing I was gonna look at. Fishing nets. Because, like, maybe that's something that I could add. I just don't know if I want it on them. Like, here's some that are, like, blue, or, like, again, that, like, bright kind of seafoam green color. I prefer gradient maps to give more harmony to my flat colors. And, like, I think it was in my, it's not gonna go up this week, but maybe next week of the Oh, I love this song. It reminds me of Amy from Sonic the Hedgehog. What was I saying? I don't know. See, oh, I didn't like this one. I think I needed it to be more of that kind of color. Oh, I don't like how that goes with the skin tone though. Okay. I'm trying to remember what I was saying. Oh, so it's not the one that goes up this week, but probably either next week or the week after. Of the poster that I did, because our first assignment for my experimental illustration class was to do some posters based on like shows that are playing in the Arizona Opera, and oops, oh screw it, it doesn't matter. See, I don't know if this is gonna pan out well, but we're just gonna figure it out. And I did use like gradient on like a specific part. Like there's a part that has like fire to it, and I just I just threw a gradient like specifically to that, and I think it came out really nice and it looks good. So it's like, it's not that you can't use gradients, it's just you have to be very careful with them and use them sparingly. You know what sucks about this is that I kind of think it's a little bit neat and fun. But there's no way, there's no way. There's 0% chance. I'm like, did I put anything on that layer? No, that's fine. Cause I'm like, oh, that looks kind of good actually. I kind of like it. Like, I feel like they should have some. I kind of want to say that they should have some kind of skirt or something. Oh well. You know what? We're just going to say never mind for now. I'll just have to do more. Whoops. We're just gonna start a new character because I need to make a whole set. Maya Sarong rap? What is it? What? Sarong? Yeah, kind of like, yeah. That's what I'm thinking of. I just didn't know what it was called. I didn't know that's what it was called. See, I want to have something like this for them. I hesitate, oops, a little bit just because they have the tail sticking out was like a good size. It's funny, they have these little like fins in the back right there that you're never gonna see those. They're so little. What song is this? Oh, it's that one from Jet Set Radio. I'm just like not talking about the music. I'm over here listening to like Jet Set Radio and Fentanyl. I'm just not talking about it. Okay. I just need to come back to this. I need to sleep on it. I need to think about it. I need to figure out more about the culture and stuff. Because yeah, I think a sarong wrap would be very good. A lot of these are like pretty long, but I think I would probably go with one that's a little bit shorter. Because I want them to have a good bit of... That's kind of why I'm like sticking with the bodysuits. Like I want them to have a lot of mobility. Because again, they're in and out of the water a lot. So for now, I'm just gonna close that. I'm just throwing a bunch of stuff in here. And then leaving that there. Okay, so this one is Atlas. It's occurred to me that that's not how you spell it, but I kind of like it, so we're keeping it. Which Atlas is part of the scientific name for the sea dragon slug. I don't remember what the first part I know it's like something starts with a G and then Atlanticus or something like that. I don't know. But I'm like, why I like Atlas? Okay, so I need to make a separate one. Misty, you asked about like, oh, who's still around? Who's stayed the same? Who's left from Sonder? Tabby is the one constant that has not changed at all, and I think that's really funny. Tabby is the same character, named differently and stuff. Like, I've changed a little bit of things, but like she's fundamentally the same character, and I think that's really funny. So we're going to lower your opacity real quick. Oh, it's like turned purple. Like the blue turned like a purple now. Interesting. Okay. So you are gonna be... This is the hardest part. Like the first character is always the easiest, and then now everyone else is like, okay, I have to keep them proportional now, and that's kind of lame. So Kin is... Their whole deal is that, like, they... Why am I... I'm just screwing up everyone's pronouns today, I guess. Like, goddamn. She... I'm like, I used she, her for the intersex non-binary. And then I used they, them for the she, her. Like, what am I doing? What is this one? No, I don't want the neighborhood. No, I don't want any of these. No. Ooh, whatever. Okay, I'll have to switch to my... what do we want? Do we want the... Okay, what do I want? I want the electronic or the video game music. On one hand, I'm not in the mood for Ghost Trick, but that is 90% of this playlist, so we're just gonna... Oh, it didn't give me Ghost Trick, okay. Oh, then it gave me Ghost Trick. Alright, it's fine. I'll just skip through all the Ghost Trick. I'm just not in the mood for Ghost Trick. I love Ghost Trick, but I'm not in the mood for it tonight. Okay. Oh yeah, but their deal is... I need to make sure. I believe the specific breed was like a Japanese short hair. Oops. Hair cat. There we go. Oh, I don't know, they look a little goofy. I don't think that's the right one. Oh, that's what it was, bobtail cat. Okay, let's do, I don't want a black one, I want more of a gray. Yeah, so she is a Japanese bobtail cat. It looks like they come in like all different like colorations and stuff. Like there's a I believe it's tortoise, where it's like the mix of like the brown and stuff. There's some calicos. There's some black ones. There's like a tabby looking. But their whole thing is that... I'm gonna kill myself. Her whole thing is that she is like an anime shonen. I think it's shonen is the one where it's like all the fighting and stuff. She's like an anime protagonist. Think like... Because I remember I watched a little bit of Sergeant Frog. So I think that was like a big inspiration for her when I made her in like middle school or whatever. So what's the exact, like, do I want to keep, because originally I think her color, like she was a tabby cat. It's funny because I think her origin, like, she's always been like Japanese, like lived in Japan or whatever. Because I was watching anime at the time, and then as stuff like changed into like, that's just always been her origin. Because she originally had her own like story and stuff, and now I'm using that, and I'm kind of keeping that story, but it's not gonna be its own thing. It's gonna be like her backstory that she kind of got like pulled out of. Oh, this song kind of hits though. That's the actual Ghost Trick song, and I love that one. Okay, we're listening to some Ghost Trick. I was thinking shoujo magical girl protagonist sidekick / animal companion, i.e. the cats from Sailor Moon. That's like part of it. Like in her own story, she is like the protagonist, like in a Sergeant Frog kind of way, except not like lame. Because I think Sergeant Frog is more like Invader Zim, like they're aliens that are gonna take over or whatever, but he's just really bad at his job, if I recall correctly. In this context, in this story, in this part of the narrative, yeah, she acts as like the protagonist, like sidekick, essentially. And she kind of has her own conflicts of like being a main character that's like pushed to the side and not super relevant. And well, and the thing is like timeline wise, this takes place at a point where like her anime would have ended. Like she defeated the main villain or whatever and had her full arc or whatever. So she kind of is like having a little bit of like an identity crisis of like, okay, the thing that I was created to do, like I did it. So what do I do now? This is just me just dumping about my characters. Like we're not doing a lot of drawing today. It's just that I'm just in the like research phase for a lot of this. Just so I can like put it all together. See, yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep. I'm like debating of like what's her coloration, what's her fur pattern gonna be. So I kind of like this one. So I'll just keep that open on the side. I cannot stress enough how much, like, I just love Ghost Trick. It's crazy, like. It's funny because it was a game that, like, when it was coming out, I was like, okay, that's cool, or whatever. But, like, not for me, like, I don't care. And then it came out, and then I, like, saw... It was because I watched a playthrough of it, and the voice acting was really good, and it just made a certain part click with me, and I'm like, oh, I think I love this forever, actually. So now it's like one of my top games. So yeah, I recommend everybody go play Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. It's a really cool, fun, everybody's doing the A pose over here. Like, I would say it's like, it's a puzzle game, but it's also borderline like visual novel. Like, it's the same people that, or at least one of the same people that did Ace Attorney. I believe it's a different art style, but it's still like very, very good. I love the art style for Ghost Trick. Let me see. How are the eyes? Oh, little baby with the big eyes. Oh, I'm just gonna get big ol' cartoony anime eyes. I'll say I have a hard time like connecting like making the eyes like actually connect all the way like this. I tend to, especially with like my character, like my Sona or whatever, to just leave it like open. Kind of like the what is it? The like some of the scary godmother characters where it's just like there's no like definition of like an eyeball. It's just the pupils on a skin colored surface. It's a little bit gross when you think about it, but it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. This is just ghost trick after ghost trick song. I'm like, no, please. They're all ghost trick. Oh my god. What? Oh, I think I didn't shuffle the playlist. That's why. It's because I didn't shuffle the playlist. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm just gonna run through the rest of it. Because I'm like, why is it all ghost trick? Because I have all of my ghost trick, like, in a line. Like, I added it at the same time. So it's literally just going through the whole playlist. Anyway. I don't particularly like how this is coming out. This will be for earlier. I don't know, just the eyes are bugging me. I guess I could just swap and remove it a little bit faster if I use my critical thinking skills. Let me see. It's just, I don't know, the eyes are freaking me out a little bit. I don't like it. What if we, oops. What if we just... It's good old cartoon eyes. Kind of like it a little bit. I kind of like it just a little bit. It's giving Hello Kitty. I'm like, something just looks off about this. Like, the head is like throwing me off. Well, and also, just dude has like no neck. Like what am I doing? Like, let's get a little bit of separation in there. Like, I think that's what it was. And then the arm needs to come out a little bit. Finally, we can see me like doing actual drawing and stuff. I do have plans. For like trying to post a speed paint because I was trying to be a good little content creator, and like record a lot of my process for one of the illustrations I was doing for class, and I have not exported the recording yet, so we'll just find out how that'll work out. I don't want to say that like, oh, I'm gonna make one because I recorded, because like there's a good chance that I export that footage and I look at it to record like audio for it and it's just like in like unusable, horrific quality. Because Krita has a little button on the side. Actually, I attached it to my workspace. You can see it over here. Oh, that could have been bad if I had like actual like title in there. That could have been really bad, actually. Oh, Like you just hit the record button and it records. Here's the issue, however. This is the issue. It does not sit there and like screen record while you have it open and going or whatever. What it does is that it takes a screenshot of your image every like however long you set it for. So I think I have it like to take every like second or whatever. So I have a folder with, last I checked, like over 2,000 screenshots in it, just sitting there. And when I you can go in here and you hit the export button and it'll take all of those screenshots and like compile them and make them into a video. But it just, until you do that, there's just a folder with like 2,000 screenshots. Okay, and we're just going to blip you out of existence. I can't look at you anymore. I'm like, this just is not panning out. So, I have yet to be able to comment on the quality of Krita's recording feature, built-in recording feature, because it is like, that has not always been there, I don't think. I think it's relatively new, or maybe I just have been really out of the loop, because I never sat down and was like, oh, we're gonna watch a tutorial on how to use Krita or whatever. Like, I just jumped in there and started doing stuff, and whenever I can't do something that I want, I'll just look up, like, how do you make a clipping mask? And technically there is no, like, standard clipping mask, but it's like, oh, if you, like, group stuff, and then you can clipping mask it within the group or whatever, and then you just merge those together or whatever. So that'll be fun when I have to do 5 million clipping masks for textures in my animations. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. What do I do for the... because these are like short haircuts. Skipping the cool epic ghost trick music. So like in the past I've always had Kin's fur point like outward like this, but I don't know, like let's try it. Okay, maybe I do still like it. Okay. Yeah, maybe I just don't. Like maybe we'll just not do that. Cute little guy. Okay, actually, I'm like, wait, this is giving me a little brain idea here. Because something that I have to do for when I graduate, for my like portfolio show, is that you have to make like merch to give out. A lot of people do like stickers and buttons, or at least the first year that I went. This is open to the public and stuff to go and like get stuff and like look at stuff. The first year that I went, pretty much all that I saw was like everybody would do a sticker and a button of like their logo or whatever. But this past year that I went, people got a lot more like interesting with it. Like that first year there were a couple of people that did like prints, usually the illustration people that would do like prints of some of their work in like a smaller format. Or I think it was that first year that I got someone made a coaster. Everyone has to do business cards, but I know 2 people did business cards in like a Pokemon card format. So it's like some people got kind of interesting with them, but most people just did like just their logo. But this past year when I went, people got a lot more like diverse and like creative with their stuff, and probably because the professors were like, hey, we need to do something other than just freaking logos because it's kind of boring. So there was a lot more like people doing stickers of not their logo, but just like if they're an illustrator, like stickers of like their characters or just like something like with their branding. Or if they did, I think somebody, I know there's one person that like has a bear in her logo, but the sticker that she made was like variations of this bear in like different shades of brown and stuff. So it was like, oh, you had a little bit of like a choice in like what you do. So it was really cool. So I'm like, that makes me more like excited about doing the like stickers and stuff. Because it's like, oh, it's not just like your logo, it's... Can we not have them built the same shape, please? But it is like... But now it's kind of like, okay, so what am I gonna do? I don't know, actually. I don't know yet. So, honestly, I think Kin would make a pretty good sticker. Oh, I don't. Welcome to my sketching process. I'm like, I need you to be like Toddler said. That was an issue that I've always had with designing Kin, is just, I would always make her so freaking big. Because she was just like cartoonishly big for a cat. Just so that she was like more humanoid and stuff. But then it was like, okay, this cat has to be like 20 pounds. I just want her to be more like toddler shaped. I mean, really, this is probably, well, I don't know. I don't know how tall cats usually are. We don't have any. I think a cat is about the same size or like bigger. I think bigger than Sadie. And she's like 8 pounds. See, I think I want... See, like Atlas's limbs like come out, like start small and then come out big. I think I want Kin's to be a little bit of the opposite. And like start big and then come out small. I love Spring Yard Zone. God, I played Spring Yard Zone so many times as a kid because I was not good at Sonic the Hedgehog. So we just kept playing the same. Well, and then we had the Sega Genesis that I was unable to identify as a child. Like, I didn't know what it was or where it came from. There we go. Like, I would always say, like, oh yeah, I played a Sega Genesis as a kid, but like, I don't know if that's true, or to what degree that's true, and by that I mean, like, it was a it was labeled as a Sega Genesis that didn't have a cartridge slot and had 6 games preloaded on it that you could not, like, there was no cartridge to take in and out, so I don't, like, it was a system, like, it was a, like, it wasn't like the plug and play controller, like the SpongeBob one where it's just the controller or whatever, like, it was a system, and it had controller connected to it, so it's like, I think it was a Sega Genesis, but it could have been like a boot, like, I feel like I heard someone, like, on a, like, stream or video or something being like, oh yeah, like, just mention, like, oh, there's, like, the bootleg Genesis that has, like, games loaded on. I'm like, oh, is that what that was? Is that what I had? Not I had, my grandma had it, but we played it so much. Now it's Ghost Trick again. I'm just not feeling any of these. Oh wait, Root Buster's pretty good though. I think, yeah, it was a bootleg. Yeah. It just, when that's like just what we had, we did not know. Dude has a big poofy tail. Okay, so that's just gonna be there, and it's gonna be a little bit lighter, and we're just gonna go with it. It's gonna be fine, because I want to change some things. Whoop! What did I do? Oh, I hit it by accident. I did not mean to. I don't know if I want her eyes to be black, or I think I had them. Oh no, I think I had her pupils black, and then like the actual like eye part is yellow. I remember I liked that a lot. It makes me nervous drawing like so small. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, I'm just like keeping it just like a tight round face. Like it just doesn't feel right for her. It felt too plain. I'm like, I need something to make her stand out a little bit more. Okay, I need you to come back a little bit to me just so I can see your definitions a little bit better. Because it would help if I remove that. Okay. The heck is this one? Oh, okay. So I'm like, just like, this is not a video game song that I recognize, and then it was Fear of Dark. I'm like, oh, okay. how did Atlas's... You know, it's like the... That one like points towards the middle, kind of. I'm like, I want them as reference sheets. Like, these should be the same, like, pretty plain posing. And then I'll do supplementary illustrations of them, like, in actual poses and doing actual actions and stuff. Because it's like, that's stuff... Okay, that's in the sketch. That's stuff that I need to be putting in my portfolio is, like, characters... Not just being there, but like existing in a world and stuff. It's funny because I was like panicking. So I was like, I have this illustration of the one that I did for Kasumi. And I'm like, okay, so I need to do more stuff like this. And he's like, okay, yeah. And that's when you're and I'm like, yeah, it's a design that I made for my friend for her character. And then like she asked for an illustration over the summer. He's like, okay, and what's her name? And so I told him, and he put it in there in the. So I'm like, we're not gonna keep that one. We're gonna keep that one in the portfolio. I just needed to show, like, an example. I don't know, like, she liked it, but it just looking at it now, I'm like, I don't know. I just am not, like, super well, and that was, like, a big experimental piece for me. So at the time I'm like, this looks really good, it's something I could put in my portfolio, and now I'm just like, I don't know. I would do some things differently. Just the other hand is a little bit bigger. So we're going to do that. Just a little bit better. I think so, yeah. I think so. I think it's pretty cool and epic. Dudes, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I don't wanna. Luckily, part of why I'm like streaming today is, well, one, because I want to get back into it, even though my schedule does not support me playing video games. So we're just gonna be doing drawing streams like the whole semester. I want to have like a schedule going where it's like I stream every Friday night. I don't know how possible that'll be. I mean, if I can, I think it would be cool to do other days too. But like, this is the only kind of stuff that I would be able to do. I would also like, this is and isn't for school, quote unquote. Like, I'm doing it because of school, but also like this is stuff that I've just been wanting to have anyways. And it would be good for me to have. So that way maybe I can finally start some comic stuff. I just have a fear of commitment. So I'm like afraid of committing to a design and then changing it later down the line. Because I'm always like, if I'm gonna start a comic, like I want it to be solidified. Because there've been so many times I've started a comic and then it just like just like stopped in my track. Let me see here. Hold on, I'm just... Hold on. Anyway, okay, folks are going to sleep, so I had to go say goodnight. Oh, I was going to figure out... I'm just looking at like all of my... how do I... Damn it. No, come on. Just let me do it. Oh, Sadie is like going nuts in her bed. I'm just trying to figure out how I can get rid of this person that chatted probably free nudes or whatever. Oh, can I do it from here? That doesn't do anything. Oh, but I pulled up the stream and I'm looking at it and I'm like, why is it so delayed? I'm gonna zoom in and see how long that takes to catch up. Hold on. Oh, maybe it's just the actual, like, overall, it's like stream that is. Oh, is that what that was? Yeah. I just don't know how to, get rid of people. It shows in my, like, queue that I've, like, banned people before. I don't know how I did it. What's this? Stream marker added. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. And I didn't mean to do that. No! What's that? Emojis? Emote only chat. What's that? Color only chat. No. Oh, that's to clip stuff. I don't want to do that. That's to raid. I don't want to do that. That's the shield. No, I just want to get rid of someone. Okay, whatever. Whatever. I mean, they didn't, like, leave a link or anything. I think it's just the actual stream is, like, a delayed a good bit. I'm just nervous. I don't tend to watch back my streams after I've done them. but I probably should just be checking that all my settings are correct. Because I know in the, well, because I think it was the first time that I was streaming Sonic Heroes, I wanted to, like, it's such an ordeal to, like, stream console games to my, what is it? I don't remember what it is. Oh, to my computer. Just because it's a lot of, like, I only have one HDMI port on the computer, so I have to have the monitor plugged in through, I don't know what that port is. It's just like a video port. So that I can plug the HDMI from the console to the computer. But, yeah. I think that's good, actually. Just gonna click. Oh, I gotta figure out what your colors are. Oh, I want you to be more of like a greenish. Sadie. Thank you. I keep having to scold her because she's constantly licking her paws and stuff. Let's see. I want her, because her main colors are like green and yellow. So I want her to have like a greenish kind of tinge to her. I don't remember what I was saying beforehand. We're just gonna move on, I guess. It's set to erase. It's fine, it's fine. It's just a placeholder color. Because I put it down immediately, like, ew. Oh, but yeah, when I was streaming Sonic Heroes for the first time, it, like, because I had to have the monitor set to a different, like, setting to, like, the computer input or whatever, so that I could like see the console game. Let's see. Okay. I was using the laptop to what is it? Where you like wirelessly cast your view or whatever. So I had to have that running on a separate like source or whatever setting, compared to the actual like gameplay footage, but still like capturing it. And then I had that just wirelessly broadcasting over to the laptop because I could not. There is no way to like plug it in physically like how I have it now and have the laptop function as the second screen. The laptop will always be the first screen, like it can't function as the second screen. Which I'm like, damn, they kind of threw a wrench in my plans a little bit. Because I was really hoping that I could do that. But it's fine, it's whatever. You're very green. Very green. Yeah, the color matches pretty well on the second monitor. Let's see. Let's do that. Let me check my... Oh, but yeah, so I was doing that, going through that whole thing, and I'm like, great, it's finally set up and it's working. We can play the game finally, which is funny because I think then I had to sit through fighting with the actual game to get it to work for a while. And we had to play the game. It was great, and then I look over at the stream being captured, and I'm like, Oh, no, it's so delayed. Like, it would freeze for a while and then catch up, and but it's like not even how I like went on Twitch on my phone to check to like see your guys' perspective. It was like I looked over at my screen that was actively recording and it was like freezing and stopping and like, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna have a heart attack. So we're not gonna do that anymore. So next time I streamed the game, let's see. I don't know if I want to do it like that. I just had it on the TV and then I set up the capture card to my laptop and we just did it off my laptop and I'm like, okay, no PNG tuber, whatever. I don't care. I don't care, I just need it to work. So we got it to work and it was a lot better. I think there was a little bit of like choppiness. Like I think your perspective might be a little choppy, but I'm not entirely sure. I just need to go back and look at the footage and see like how it did and stuff. See, that is, I'm gonna look at a different. This one's just got it on like the tummy. Okay. Like, do I like it like this? Oh, where did that go? They're just gonna be like just completely like white from this side. Oh wait, I kind of like that though. Yeah, I'll probably stop at like 11, I think. I don't know. But thanks for being here. Good night. I don't have work tomorrow, but take care. Oh, and then I need yellow now. A nice, like, bright golden yellow. I'll probably just use the light one to like fill in. I was gonna do like a pink, but I'm like, we don't need to add another color. We really don't. And then I'll probably use a pretty dark one to fill in both the eyes. You know what's crazy is like this is the shonen anime protagonist, but she has the most like normal looking design out of any character. Like she should be more anime presenting, like abnormal bright colors and stuff. She's just not. Like I don't know. It just doesn't fit for me. Because the whole thing is like she was supposed to be like a normal house cat kind of, at least to theoretically start with, and gets like powers or whatever, kind of like, what is that, Crypto the super dog or whatever. No, but what was the, I remember when I was younger, because you know there's like Crypto the super dog, there was like that cartoon, it was like the big white dog with the cape and stuff. But I remember there was also a live action movie, but it was a beagle. And it's not Crypto the super dog. Like, that's what I said, and that's what was in my mind. But I'm like, these are not the same. This is a different thing. Oh, it was Underdog. It was called Underdog. I want to say Underdog was originally a cartoon in like the, I don't know, not 90s. I feel like it was older. And then they just made a live action in like the early 2000s, as they tend to do, I guess. And was it good? Probably not. Probably not. But I liked it because it was a talking dog with superpowers, and I thought that was epic. I gotta say, they look really... I actually really like your design now. Now that I'm like looking at it, I'm like, wait, it's kind of epic. Kind of really good. I don't know, I like the color harmony that she's got going on. Because it's all like green, but I made it very like, very gray tone. Very desaturated. I kind of really like that. I've always been like a fan of her, like, just a very like muted kind of design. Okay, now I have to make the rest of them. So we will do that. Everybody's A-posing. We love A-posing. Let's see, that's the colors. So I need to do another one. Not that one. That one, get rid of that. I might as well just sketch it first, because that seemed too... Okay, well don't do that. Just do it like this. I got that. Erase. See, and that's the thing that I struggle with turnarounds, is just like keeping stuff aligned in a way. Because I'll draw something and immediately just be like, okay, so this like is not in the same place. And it, like, I was gonna put the snout like up here, and it's like, no, I have to keep it consistent. Feeling like the ear is definitely bigger here. Like I can't be doing that. I can't be doing that. So your end's about there. I think it'll be pointed a little bit forward. Okay, that. Like, it really is just like, I did turnarounds for, well, more like, I feel like that needs to be more right there, actually. And then just kind of implant it in my memory. I guess I could just base it off of that one, but that's whatever. No, I want it angled a little bit differently. Okay, so we did turnarounds for our character design class. Oh my god, and like, if any of y'all remember the final for that class, she was just kind of like, just do whatever. Like, you just do whatever. So it was like, oh cool, like, I want to do more video comic stuff. Can I do a video comic? And she was like, sure. So I did. And now here we are time for the portfolio, and I'm like, that video comic is cool. I can't put that in my portfolio. It's a video. So I kind of shot myself in the foot there. Oh well. Oh well. I just have to just move on, I guess. Like, it was cool. I think I would love to do it again, especially, like, given what I know now and stuff like that. Put this more back here. And especially, like, how my style has changed and stuff, but it's just like, man, I can't use that. That's also why, I'm still working on my, like, I brought it up on because I was interviewed recently, for anyone not in the know. Timothy Aaron Kurusu, I believe is the pronunciation, did a little nostalgia chatters episode with me as the guest, and it was so cool and fun. She's super sweet. But I brought it up. I told on myself because they asked oh, what's a cringe thing that you've done, and I'm like, make YouTuber fan art that probably crosses some kind of line, and I'm still doing it. I don't. I'm not gonna stop, unfortunately. So that's that. I'm not. I try not to talk about it, just because it's very much something that I'm I don't want to talk about spoilers for it, and also I I want it to be a surprise, but also I'm there is a possibility that this is not going to be received well. So if that's the case, I want to be able to scrub it from existence if I have to. I don't think and it's not because it's bad stuff or anything. It's just very nervous about showing fan content that is reminiscent of aspects of older YouTube that isn't really done anymore or as often, just because it is inherently seen as kind of cringe. And I know it's oh, let go of cringe culture, but also it's the internet is just very harsh. There's a lot of people that are very harsh and judgmental, and there's certain ways that things are being characterized or written that is I don't want this to come off as a weird parasocial thing. It's just a character in a piece of writing, and I think the themes and the things that I'm doing with the characters is interesting and cool and fun, and that's what I want to explore. It just so happens that the characters that have been picked for it as a YouTuber that I don't know. So, yeah. I'm I need to not talk about it, and also just because it's taking so long. Because that was my original point, is it was something that I'm still working on and try to work on here and there. But right now, it is completely, all of my YouTube stuff is pushed to the side. Because my priority is this portfolio. I need to have a body of work to show off my style and to be able to get me jobs when I'm out of here, when I'm out of school. That's the priority. The YouTuber fan art is stuff on the side. That's not gonna get me anywhere. It's not gonna get me anything. And I don't mean it in you shouldn't do things just to get you something out of it. It's just, the portfolio is my priority. that is the body of work that I will use to advertise myself and score jobs in the future. Okay. We have half an hour left, so I'll probably quit about 11 so that I can start getting this ready for export. Oh, and then I was gonna do a back. Let's actually move that over a little bit more, just a little bit more room to breathe. And then we'll do another one. We're just barely gonna hit the 2 hour mark. We have a few minutes left. I want to be streaming more regularly, even if it is stuff like this. It's just a little bit, like, it's hard to do this stuff if I'm on a deadline, just because, like, setup takes a while for streaming. I mean, you see here, like, I take a lot more, like, breaks in my actual work. Like, I don't work quite as fast when I'm on stream, just because I'm spending more time talking. I don't know if people would like, because I know there's someone that I follow that they'll do, like, they've done some streams where it's like art stream, but like there's no music or there's no microphone or something. Well, I at least like want to have music on in the background. I don't know how folks would feel about. Let me see. Oh, cool. You must have looped back around. Because I know the Mystery Dungeon stuff is like at the end of the playlist. So we've definitely looped around. And I think it's supposed to be like about 2 hours long for the playlist. I think I want to take some of the Mystery Dungeon stuff out. It's because I'm like, okay, I feel like I put a lot of songs in there. At first it was just like, oh, these are the fun, cool Mystery Dungeon songs. But then as I kept going, I'm like, well, you can't leave out Dialga's Fight to the Finish. And then like, oh, you know, we put that epic song in there. We gotta put all the other final boss songs in other games. So it was like, okay. Now I feel like it kind of got overtaken. And it kind of gives a vibe that I don't really want in there anymore. So like, I need to put some Pizza Tower in there. I need more Jet Set Radio. I need more, I don't remember his name, but the guy that is credited for a good chunk of Jet Set stuff and has done a couple major songs for Bomber Cyberpunk, which his music is what got me back into the game, and the aesthetic of the game has like kind of changed my brain chemistry a little bit recently. Oops. And just kind of making me yearn for a certain aesthetic that I was never familiar with in my younger days. Something that's more like, I don't know, like, playing Sonic Heroes has made me yearn for those older days of Sonic where there was a lot more like rap and R&B and rock in the music. Don't get me wrong, I think the let me see here. I'm like, wait a minute. Options. Flip. Thank you. Okay, now we'll do that and then start over here. There we go. Because I want to get a I'm not doing any front facing, but I'm doing, like, if I do front facing, it's gonna be like just the headshot. Because I feel like that's like kind of the more important part, because the 3/4 tends to get most of the details that I want. So then mixing that with the profile and then the back shot tends to capture the rest of the elements that aren't visible in the 3/4. Whereas I feel like it tends to make me feel like the just like front shot feels kind of redundant if I have a 3/4 side and a back. Let me think here. Don't go that far. Oh, but I've been like just yearning for this kind of aesthetic from Sonic that I did not grow up with, but now I'm being exposed to, and I'm like, I want to make a whole video about how I wish Sonic was more stylized. Like, Sonic was originally kind of a, like, reaction against the, or at least, I need to catch myself here. People tend to associate Sonic as being some kind of reaction against the very, like, friendly and sanitized nature of Mario. And now I feel like it's kind of circled around to where Sonic is this same kind of sanitized representation of what he used to be. So he has become what he was kind of not rebelling against, but like kind of reacting against, or like standing against. Like, Sonic was inherently built as like the cool character. He was more aimed for like a teen. I mean, still kids, but also like, especially as he made it into the 3D era, like he was more like, he was cool. He was for teens a little bit. Would teens have thought he was cool in the 90s or whatever when he came out? Probably not. That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is, he had certain vibes to him that he's just currently missing. Ooh. Just gonna do that. Okay. Go more right there. There we go. Oh, that's underneath. I didn't realize that. Okay. Like that. Oops. No, I don't remember what size I had it at before. I think it was like 10. Probably. Hopefully. I don't know. Anyway. Right there. It feels a little wonky. Oops. Hopefully it'll be fixed. Hopefully. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I feel like it should be a little bit more. Whoops. A little bit more solidified like that. And then just like, just less roundness in the head. Whoops. Like, the head just feels very, like, very round. Oh, that feels a little bit better, but I feel like it just needs to... There we go. It's like, I know, I matched it up the same. But it bugs me. That's a little bit better, honestly. So I'll just have to go back and adjust it a little bit. Okay. Okay. We'll combine these two. And then actually let me move these two so they align so that I know. There we go. Oh, I thought the pen broke again. We would have had to stop right there, essentially. Yeah, literally, like, in the middle of drawing, I think it was Wednesday? Pen just, like, was completely unresponsive. And I'm like, oh wow, that really sucks. And I tried everything and nothing was working, so I said screw it and I rebooted the whole laptop. And it worked, it seemed to solve the problem for a while, and then it happened again, like right before dinner. So I'm like, well, sounds like it's gonna be an issue for me. Ooh, that is... Oh, actually, no, that still works, actually. I just need to connect it like that. There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. I like that. Hey. So I did some research that night to kind of try and figure out what happened and what went wrong, and I couldn't find anything. Which I'm pretty sure I discussed on here in the past, my issues with the bamboo ink pen, the Wacom bamboo ink pen that I spent $50 on, stopped working right after 2 weeks, where I could no longer return it, because I was past the return period by like a day. So I contacted the support number and was like, hey, this pen stopped working, like, and they had me send in some proof of it not working, and they were like, okay, great, we're gonna send you a new one. And I got the new one. I'm like, great, I can't wait, like, so glad. Like, I just need, like, that one must have just been defective. So I finally have a pen that works. For 2 seconds. It worked for 2 seconds. And then was totally unresponsive. Like, the original bamboo pen was still working better than this new one that just came out of the box. And I tried everything. I installed the drivers, I reinstalled drivers. I like searched if there was anything that I needed to update. There was nothing to update. I like oh man. I even, like, every single pen in this room, because by that point, my dad had ordered me the Lazarite pen that I'm using right now off of Amazon, and that one was also another $50. But I removed the batteries out of all of the other pens in the room and just had it in that one, and I tried, and it was not working. And I don't know why. And it's like, the bamboo Wacom pens are supposed to be like universal, and even if like it's hard to say like, oh well, maybe because this specific laptop is not on that compatibility list, but other Lenovo stuff is, so maybe, but you can't really say that it's like a compatibility issue. If the first one did work for 2 weeks, and then like it didn't like cut out completely, it just like mid stroke it would like stop here and there, like it would stop for like a few minutes, and then I would like kind of like have to wait for it to start working again. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh, and to add to that, one of my friends also got a Lenovo Yoga, and she's having more issues with it than I. Like, let's see here. Okay. Like, I thought I had it bad. She's over here with like, every time she would turn off the laptop, it would like lock up, and she would have to enter the like BitLocker passcode every time. So she's like, I like can't turn it off. But then after a while, like it'll just turn off on its own if I haven't used it in a while, and then it'll make me sign in again. And I think she's gotten that resolved, so it doesn't do that anymore. But we were literally in class the other day, and she was talking to me, and she's like, yeah, sometimes it just has this issue now where, and I just watched it happen as the touchpad and her mouse were completely unresponsive. And I'm like, okay, it's one thing if it was just the touchpad, or just the, I think it was a Bluetooth mouse, but the fact that it's both of them at the same time, I'm like, that is terrible. That is actually so bad. So it's like, it's funny, I'm in a weird position with this laptop where I would not recommend anyone buy it. It has issues right out the gate. I mean, as I've seen with my friend, it could have a lot of issues right out the gate. Or it could be like, I came out pretty unscathed despite my issues. My issues were more with let's trim that a little bit. Or more with the colors. I had issues with the colors. The colors were not accurate to other screens that I was used to using. And I feel like iPhone screens tend to be pretty like standard among like each other. So I have an iPhone, so like I feel like other iPhone users are going to see the same or similar colors to me, to my screen. So I feel like having a relative closeness to that color palette would be important. And I know it's like, you can't get it all like universal, like no matter what, something's gonna be off on somebody's screen. But yeah, it just, it was a big issue that like right out the gate, like you have to go in and try and like recalibrate the colors yourself. Because it just is not, they're so washed out. So it's like, luckily, like if that's my only issue, then like, thank God. Um, hey, this is not, I'm like, this is not a lot. See, this is my issue. There we go. Get and that piece right there. Oops. Better circle, please. Much better. So yeah, I would not say that I have buyer's remorse over this laptop, but I think it's just the very rough transition from using a Surface Pro for many years and then moving on to something that is not even in that same like wheelhouse, because the Surface Pro was like it functions as a laptop, but it feels primarily built as a tablet. It just has a little bit more power, and it has like the case for the keyboard, and it comes with a pen that's magnetic to the side. Well, it doesn't come with a pen, but you can get a pen that is like the same brand, like it's guaranteed to work. It's very reliable. Like I never had issues with the Surface Pen. So then to suddenly go to this that is different colors than I'm used to, does not have its own pen, doesn't have a specific pen for it that is like guaranteed to work. So me having to like try out different things and waste money on pens that don't work, it was very, very frustrating. On the other hand, I would not go back to a Surface. I'll say that when I eventually do have to get another laptop in years' time, I would not go back to a Surface, especially if they keep going the direction that they're currently going, because that was my original plan, was to get a Surface. Like back in, like when I was buying my computer, I was also looking at like Surfaces, because I think that was, like November that I had gotten it. But then like after that I was like looking around like Christmas time and stuff, and then kind of thinking like, oh, maybe I'll wait for like back to school deals or something. Just knowing that like I will need to get a better laptop for drawing and stuff, because like the PC is cool, but I'm not gonna be able to draw on it. So I was looking at Surfaces, and at the time I was okay with it, but then eventually I came back to it, you know, in the summertime or whatever, and was like, okay, like let's look at Surfaces now. And then I looked at them again, and I'm like, uh-oh. Because by that point, I had bought the PC. I'd had the PC for a while. I spent about $1,500 on the PC on sale. I think the actual price would have been about $1,800. And I'm like, you know, the PC is like, it's pretty powerful. It's pretty good. Like, it does a lot. I'm just, you know, obviously not able to draw on it. But then I go and I look at these Surfaces, and they're like $2,000. And I'm like, I don't think I should be spending more on less powerful hardware just because it has a touch screen. Like, I just could not justify that to myself, spending $2,000 after I just spent $1,500 on a computer. So I was like looking at a bunch of alternatives, and I was looking at some cheaper stuff, but I wasn't to the degree where I was when I was looking for my computer in the early stages, because in the early stages I was like not even looking at gaming PCs. It was not in my brain that I was going to be playing any games that were like intensive, which is crazy because now I have Dragon Age Inquisition. Got it free, by the way, on the Epic Games Store, which is pretty cool. But it was in my head that like I'm not gonna be playing anything that's like intensive, so I don't need, you know, the super powerful like gamer computers or anything. I don't need that. Now of course I know like no, I need that. I like some of those computers that I was looking at originally super cheap, but also like I couldn't see them being able to keep up with some of the stuff that I want to do or have been doing. Because they were like, some of those were like work computers, like for work, just do your work on them and that's it. Like I could not see myself using those. Oh, I forgot that I swapped that. It's this one. Over, oh no, oh, and swap that. I must be in the wrong layer. Oh, that's the... Oh, it is in that one. Okay. What do you mean? What do you mean? Hold on. Why is it not working? Options. There we go. Oh, I gotta move it. Damn it. I think that's aligned actually. Oh yeah, that's good. I just need to fix the colors a little bit, where I goofed it up. Oops. Colors, colors, no. I have an alpha lot, get that out of here. Damn it. Just get that little corner because it was bugging me anyways. I'm like, oh, I'll just leave it. And then I messed up again. So I'm like, oh, we won't leave it then. Okay. We'll get rid of the sketch. So yeah, anyway, don't buy a Lenovo Yoga, personally. Because of the issues that it's had and stuff. I think personally, like what I'm doing here with it, like it works good. It works good, but it's hard to recommend it for other artist type people. Here are the reasons that I did not stick with a Surface. One, it was stupid expensive. I don't know if they were that expensive when I originally got mine, but also that was like generation, I don't know, I think it was like 6, which they're on like 10 or 11 now. I think 11 is like the newest one to come out, or will be coming out or something. So since then, like, I think my dad was saying like, yeah, I think back then they just like weren't a big thing yet. Now they are, especially among college students, so now they can afford to like hike up the price because they're more in demand, which makes sense because capitalism and stuff. So it's like it's more expensive, but also I was looking at the new models. I think the 10 and the 11 removed the headphone jack and removed I think they had a like USB-C port, which and a charger slot, because the charger slot for the Surfaces, like the charger is like the little like magnetic type of ones. So it's a very thin slot for that one. What else? Oh, and no USB-A slot, which I tend to use flash drives a lot, or especially last semester. I have not yet this semester. I use flash drives a lot to move over projects because sometimes my files get really, really big and I need to be able to move stuff over or move stuff off of that computer. And I'll just put it on flash drive. I'll keep all my projects for the semester on flash drive. And that also meant that I could move stuff more easily between the laptop and the computer. When I was taking my InDesign class, InDesign functions very differently from Illustrator and Photoshop if you haven't used it before. With Illustrator and Photoshop, like when you make something in there and you go to save it, it gives you the option of like, hey, do you want to save this on your computer, or do you want to save it in the Adobe Creative Cloud? And like if you put any images or anything in there, it'll give you a warning of like, hey, like you need to embed these in the file, or else they might not show up if you like move or delete files and stuff. So it'll retain those images even if you've like changed them on your actual computer because you've embedded it in the file itself. But with InDesign, it doesn't do that. InDesign feels much more primitive in that it does not communicate with the Creative Cloud at all. At least from my experience, it does not do that at all. Also, I'm listening to Jack to Funk. I love that song. It made me think, I'm like, is that, which Bomb Rush song is that? What do you get? Oh, you got Deep Star Cave right now. That's cool. But it just like, so all the files and everything that you put onto an InDesign document, if you move any of it, it's gonna freak out. It's gonna be like, you moved this thing, I can't find it, I can't access it, you need to go back and find it again or replace it or something. If you like, so when I had my InDesign class, I had to keep everything in like folders within folders within folders to keep everything separated and organized. And sometimes there'd be a lot of steps that we put in those files. Like our last project was a magazine. So I like was very dependent, especially for that class, on having a flash drive to keep all of the files together, because if I separated any of them or tried to access the file from a different computer, it would not work because it would be missing all this info. I'll block that. So, excuse me. So I'm like, damn, that sucks. Because I'm very dependent on I was very dependent on a flash drive because Surface just did not have enough storage for me. So where's the cat. Like, how does that one... Like, what was the image that I was looking at? God, it's crazy. There's like been a fan game idea that I've had. And I know I posted some like designs for it, but they're not finalized and stuff. I need to go back and make tweaks and stuff. But just listening to like Bomb Rush soundtrack that like inspired the game ideas and stuff. I'm like, God, I want it to be real. I want it to be real so bad. But I kind of want to keep it like secret-y. Let's see. More ghost trick, yay! Let's get in. Oh, Asgore. I never finished Undertale. I never finished it. It's very unfortunate. So I'm like, I just need to know, like, where do I start? I think that's a good spot to stop. And I don't need that, but I need the, oh no, start with the yellow. So I can just fill in the eye. I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed soon. I keep yawning. God, this is a bad playlist for me to listen to before bed because I'm like listening to Asgore right now. I'm like, God, I'm so pumped. I want to go back and finish Undertale. I just have not had the time. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's good, baby. Oh, that's good stuff. A little bit of a bend to it. There we go. I'm like, I need to straighten it out a little bit. There we go. See, I think I finished the neutral route. I'm on the pacifist route. I just haven't done the what is it, Alfie's stuff yet. I think they've. Oh, I went on the date with her. I just haven't gone through the lab. So here is where we are at so far. Man, what a difference! What a difference. I like them though. I like how they're built. I like the colors. I mean, I might go back and adjust Atlas's colors, but I'm like pretty happy because they have a very like marine vibe to them. I think if I changed them, I would go for more of like a teal or like more of a green. But I also want to have at least a little bit of accuracy. So the sea dragon is typically a like blue or like mercury kind of color. Like they're very silvery, but I didn't really want to have silver. I wanted to have more vibrant. So next time, well, oh my, I work Saturday and Sunday, so I won't be able to stream either of those days. Depending on, I probably won't be. I would kind of like to stream Monday, but given that I have to go to bed early for school, it would not be like a late one like this. If I streamed, it would have to be in the like the afternoon. But I have some like application stuff that I need to do. I know I have like a quiz that I need to finish, and then I always read a chapter of art history on Mondays. So probably not. I'll probably just need to keep it to Friday nights, maybe afternoons if I can, but probably just Friday nights. That just works best with my schedule right now. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I don't have any class, but but those are days that I carve out time for other things, just because my schedule is kind of packed the 2 days that I do go to school. So I tend to, I get a lot of work done, but more so just like because I have my illustration classes like back to back. I don't get like much break in between, whereas in the past I would have like a class in the morning and then like a 6 or 7 hour break and then a class at night. So it's kind of nice to not have to do that, but it also feels weird to not have to do that. This is the first semester in a long while that I've not had to do that. And it's funny because other people are in the situation where they do have to do that this semester, and they're like, how do you cope with it? And I'm like, I go insane. Like, I don't. Although I'll say the thing that I kind of miss about it is just being on campus for like events and stuff. And I never went to like a ton of events, but it was kind of nice like having that big chunk of time where I was on campus, and if I wanted to, like, I know there was a day where I messaged one of my friends after a morning class, or I told her after a morning class as I was walking her out, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go get like, there's like a mochi donut place across the street from the school that's doing like matcha ice cream right now, and I know she likes matcha, so we just like went after she got out of her class, and we still had like ample time before our night class. So it's just stuff like that. Like, it's nice to just be on campus for things, like even if you don't like plan stuff in advance, just like, oh, like I can just walk down and get like a boba or something, or a pizza or whatever, or there's like this event that I didn't know was happening, or I did know was happening and I'm here for it. Whereas now it's like there's a graphic design club that like I'm in their Discord. I've just never been to a meeting ever. And it's like, I would love to go this semester, but their meetings are on days that I'm not at school. So it's like, okay, do I drive all the way to campus just for a meeting that'll be like an hour? And then that's it? I don't know. So I missed the first one, but I don't know. We'll see where I'm at with work. So maybe I'll go to the next one and see. I don't know, I just had such a fun time chatting. It's so fun. Part of why I got Threads earlier was just like, maybe this is another place where I can like just kind of ramble about stuff like I do on Twitter. But probably not. I think I'll just post art on there and then that's it. Like, I'm not really gonna... I'm trying to expand I hate getting more social media stuff, but I'm like just kind of trying to expand my reach. I mean, that's why I stream on Twitch, not because I care about Twitch. It's very difficult for me to use Twitch. Just because, like, there is no, like, Twitch app like there is on the phone, on the computers. And then, like, even if because usually I'll have YouTube open in a web browser. But even in a web browser, YouTube can do, like, a picture-in-picture mode. Whereas Twitch does not do that. So if I'm, like, on the laptop, and I'm working on stuff, and I'm drawing stuff, and I want to have a Twitch stream open on the side, like, I can't have them both visible at the same time. So I don't like that Twitch kind of, like, requires your attention. Because I want to be able to have it on the side while I work if I'm gonna watch someone. Luckily, that is the thing. I think this was the point that I was trying to get to, was that something that I do like about this laptop compared to my Surface is that it has an HDMI port, and I can use a second monitor. I can have a second monitor, so now I can watch Twitch stuff easier. Or even if I'm not watching Twitch, just having a second monitor to my laptop is very handy. Because I can be drawing on the laptop screen and then just seamlessly slide my mouse over and pull up, like, Pinterest for reference images, or YouTube or Twitch to watch stuff on the side, or whatever. So it's very nice having that. Like, it's a thing of convenience that I never, like, that I went so long without, and I didn't realize would make things so much more easy and convenient for me. But it was really cool. I like it a lot. Yeah. And I like that this thing is more powerful compared to the Surface, so I can hopefully do more, like, Blender stuff on here. I haven't been able to touch Blender in a while, just because, like, you know, everything is the portfolio now, and 3D work is just not at a place where I could put it in my portfolio. Even though in the past I have done stuff that is, like, here, I might as well just swap you guys to the wrong way. I'll just turn off the window caption. Well, actually, I don't know, that might not be better. I have a feeling that these, like, I might just make a playlist of all of these, like, drawing streams and just label it as, like, a sleep aid or whatever. Because I kind of hope that these can just be, like, chill streams for us to, like, work to, but also an excuse for me to, like, just yap away, especially talking about my process and stuff. It's just, we didn't get to do a whole lot today. Just because I'm still in a stage where I'm trying to figure things out for these characters. But yeah, I hope to do more drawing streams. I'm gonna aim for every Friday night, if not every Friday afternoon. And I guess I'm starting to wrap up now because I forgot what I was saying before. I don't know. Yeah, we got 2 characters today. We got 2 characters. That's it. So I'll be working on. Luckily, I'm at a point where I'm kind of ahead for a lot of stuff, which is something that I was stressing about originally, and I'm now like, okay, I'm in a good spot where I can, like, kind of work on this stuff, especially since it's now suddenly important for me to work on it for school. It's interesting, the disparity between the screen colors. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. It's because when I first got this monitor, it does not give me an option for, like, a brightness slider like it does on, like, the laptops and stuff. So I have to manually like go and like click the buttons and change the brightness. But when I first got it, I didn't see the setting for brightness, so I would just change the contrast. So I think I screwed up the contrast is what it is. Now I know that there is it's not a brightness, but it's a backlight. So I'll just alter the backlight and it'll make it like brighter or darker. Sometimes I wish I could get a little bit darker at night, but whatever. So yeah, expect a lot of, well, in terms of like the weekly posts and stuff, I expect a lot of schoolwork for a while, and then I'm like, how long is that? Because this first project has already been like 3 illustrations in one, so that it'll be a while for your schoolwork. But then like expect a lot of like, I might even try and like slip these in, like in between, just as like little like work in progress stuff, throughout the week. Because I do want to be posting more. I wish I could post more. I wish it wasn't so difficult for me to post things. I just hate using social media. I hate the whole game of like trying to figure out what hashtags to use and stuff. I think it sucks and is lame. So I'm thinking maybe I'll use Threads for more of my work in progress stuff, and then Instagram for like the final stuff. Twitter gets anything and everything, and Tumblr is neglected on the side. No, but I think Threads and Twitter for more of the work in progress stuff. Twitter also, well, and then they'll both also get like final stuff, and then Instagram and Tumblr, and then eventually I want to start putting stuff on Pinterest, but I've been waiting until I get my watermark done, which it is finally, and I'm very happy with it. Just because Pinterest has a big issue with like just reposting and not crediting people. So if I slap my watermark on all of my stuff, then it'll be a lot harder to go uncredited. So hopefully I can start posting stuff on Pinterest soon, because I've seen some like videos of people being like, oh, I started posting stuff on Pinterest and it like was really good for me, because and that's how I found a lot of artists and stuff, is like through just random stuff on Pinterest that probably was not uploaded by them but by somebody else, but I like still found it. So then I went and searched out their actual account and stuff. So I don't know. I can't say that I would recommend it because I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard that it's kind of a good way to like expand a little bit. Okay, I need to go. I need to stop yapping. It's been almost 3 hours. I need to stop yapping. But this will, so it's late now, but tomorrow morning I will try and upload this as soon as I can in the morning. Luckily my shift starts a little bit later in the day. So yeah, expect more character design stuff and like work in progress and stuff. I want to be more like active on social media in terms of posting stuff instead of just like rambling and saying cringe stuff on Twitter. I'll definitely keep updates on how the portfolio is going, because that is my whole life now. So yeah, I would say, I'm not gonna say expect them every like Friday, but like maybe keep an ear out for streams every Friday night. That is my goal, because I do want to be streaming more, and I hate having to completely abandon streaming once the semester starts, because then like I go and like I was on stream with Timothy, and they're like streaming multiple times a week. I mean, this past week she had to kind of cut off like I think she had scheduled like 4 days to stream. It was like 2 interviews, and then like I think tonight was her Pokemon Soul Silver Frontlock, which is I know I saw most of the first one. It was fun. And then another one on Sunday, or another stream on Sunday, and then they cut out the interviews early on in the week, just because like college is busy, and it's important to like balance that stuff. But it's like, man, I can't even like. I could not imagine like scheduling 4 days out of the week to do like streaming stuff. Like I fight for free time and stuff. I can't imagine being able to do that, but I want to be able to start doing that. Even if I'm not gonna shoot for 4 days, but I think even just having 1 day out of the week that is a like regularly scheduled, like come to expect like Friday night I'm streaming. Kind of a pathetic thing to be doing on Friday nights every Friday night because I don't have any other plans. I jest, but whatever. It's just funny that I choose to spend my Friday nights here just drawing. And you know what? I'll say it actually. I'll throw that out there. If any friends want to just like hang out on stream while I'm drawing and working or whatever, like that'd be cool. It'd be fun. Maybe I'll have to ask around for like some future ones. If someone's not busy, it'll be fun. Just to have like someone to talk to. That way I'm not like yapping your ear off and just like going totally off the rails. Like I am now. I know we're almost at 3 hours. So yeah, RIP to anyone wanting gaming streams is just not in the cards right now. I just have such a fun time talking. It's very fun. I've missed it. I've been wanting to stream. I just haven't been able to, and we're making the time for it. Okay, I for real have to go. I keep yawning. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm going. Goodbye. Let me make sure I saved my document. I think I did. Okay. I'm for real going. Take care. So aiming for weekly streams Friday, either 8 or 8:30. Might have to be 8:30. I will see you there. Take care and have a lovely night.